Hey guys, it's Tyler. This is a little bit of a different intro than what us goofy fucks normally do. I just want to give a little bit of a heads up that this is going to be a little bit more of a serious episode, and some past life experiences kind of come out, or I should say struggles with some past life stuff. I just want to kind of help reiterate that we are here for you. We will listen to anyone that is struggling, just like some of us have, because you're not alone in this. We are in this together. Being alone just sucks. Make sure to contact us on any of the social media pages at CasualAFpodcast, or directly email us at CasualAFpodcast@gmail.com, or reach out. You have the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. Talk to someone, anyone, a friend, a family, and like we said, us. We're more than willing to help, because some of us have maybe been alone in that dark place, and we understand, and we don't want you there. We love every single one of you, and we thank you so much for listening and supporting. This is not our normal content that we usually do. It just kind of came out and it happened, and we agreed that this was going to get put up because we think this will help. Keep supporting us, and we will support you guys just as much right back. We hope you guys enjoy this episode, and we will see you next week. Welcome to the show. We are your hosts, Tyler, Garrett, and Craig. We're just a few degens from upcountry with backgrounds in law enforcement, firefighter, EMS, and military. We love gaming, drinking, and talking about whatever crosses our dark minds. Grab a drink, sit down, and enjoy. This is the Casual AF Podcast. Hello, welcome to the Casual AF Podcast. I am your host, Tyler. Craig.
Yo.
Greg. Nice to meet you, Greg.
Yeah. So it's my first time on this podcast. Fuck, marry, kill. I'm.
Some reason I had both of you guys go right through my head, so it came out as Greg.
Yeah, it's Greg and Carrot here.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Listen, Garrett fucked it up. He was the one that started giggling right off the rip.
My bad.
Listen, we don't redo here. We just one shot take, and that's it.
Yeah. Unfortunately for all of us.
Yeah. We have been bullshitting for a total of 2 hours, and we're like, oh, hey, we should probably do a record.
Literally an hour and a half we've been sitting here fucking just shooting the shit.
We are very productive around here.
That's not the case.
No. No.
Gentlemen, Ty, Carrot, how was your week?
Week was rainy and just shitty and all that fun stuff. The weekend was good though. It was a good weekend.
It was.
I could so.
Yeah, how was the birthday party, Ty?
Little man's birthday party was good. Little guy is 6 now. Went really well.
That's good.
Food disappeared, like to the point where when I turned around to get I got all done, went to go get myself food, and there was just enough pulled pork left that I could make one sandwich.
Disrespect for the chef.
I was like,
that's why you always like hide like a tray underneath the grill or something. Just throw throw the best ones in there and just fucking hide it.
I literally turned around and was like, son of a bitch. Like, what the hell? There was a lot of people. A lot of people showed up.
That's good.
Did he have fun?
Oh, he had a blast. all his I think one friend from his class showed up, and he has a bunch of cousins and close friend, or more of like my close friends and my wife's close friends, and their kids are all relatively around the same age as him, so we invited all of them to come on out, and he just had a blast hanging out with all of them.
Nice.
And then we have another family member that's passed out in this chair over here. We got a kitty because he's
Very nice.
because he's been asking for one. And my mother-in-law was like, "Oh, I have someone that is willing to give you one for free."
Aren't cats usually
Usually
excuse my
cats are
ignorance
free.
here. Aren't cats usually free?
Because everyone wants to get rid of the fucking thing.
It's very true.
There's an overabundance of pussy in this world.
Yes.
Speaking of overabundance of pussy, Garrett, you want Facebook official?
He's a cuddly pussy.
Yeah, Facebook official.
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
Thanks.
Will she be watching this
I
episode?
appreciate it.
I
Oh yeah,
hope
she's
so.
watched every episode that we've done. So the one thing she did say is she doesn't want me to dox her, so I'm not gonna do that. So
No, we won't do that.
No, we won't dox her.
That's respect.
She lives at...
I pulled up her Facebook profile right here, and I'm gonna move it over. Share screen.
But yeah, no, she has listened to every episode, so that was I know that was one of her famous quotes from watching the podcast was #time in when you guys said that. After I was like, yeah, she's watched like every episode. And I think it was Utah that said like
#time in.
#keeper.
We said it once and we'll say it again if she got through episode 1 and was still interested.
Exactly.
Listen, to our listeners right now and whoever's watching, if you got past episode 1, we're surprised that you're still here for episode 15.
#keepers.
And you guys are the real ones.
Yeah.
And then if we have new listeners and you're listening, this is your first episode that you're listening to, go back to episode 1 and see if you really want to hang out around here.
Right. No, don't do that. Just fucking stick around, please. We don't necessarily want you, but we need you.
We turned around and went, how are we gonna set the stage for this? And episode 1 explains it all.
Yeah, I kind of ran out of gas after episode 1, though. I have nothing else to talk about.
What are you talking about? We went to an
You haven't shit yourself
2.
since then?
No,
I think you've
I haven't.
texted me about shitting yourself since then.
No, that was a close call.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Oh man.
We've all had close calls, let's be honest.
Yeah, well actually I had one. I finally had my like closest call experience.
The closest call?
Yeah, remember when I fucking like ran out of stream one time and then I texted you, I was like, dude, I didn't make it.
Yeah,
I almost didn't make it.
I'm pretty sure it's contagious.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we used to play Protect the President when we were like hard into like Warzone?
Yes.
Mid-stream, I'd be like, bro, because we used to, I used to stream for like 4, 5, 6 hours sometimes. I'd be like, bro, you have to protect the president. We'd find the middle of gas and I would just prone and it would be him. Was it Austin?
Yeah, it was me, Austin, and
Sid.
Fucking Sid.
And they would just watch my body while I ran. And then I would sit with my phone watching my stream while listening to them talk shit about me for like the 5 or 10 minutes I was in the bathroom.
Dude, that one time I fucking left stream and then I left my stream up, ran out, and then subbed to your stream and said almost didn't make it. And it never made a fucking clip or a TikTok. I was so bummed. You're like,
well,
I've got this marked.
I haven't done TikToks on my gaming page in quite a while. Speaking of Warzone, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Craig and I had a lot of fun with Warzone Ranked, and then the shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
glad I never played it.
Yeah, I mean,
and now even more of a reason why I'm not gonna fucking play that game.
Yeah. So the issue in lies, like, listen, I don't care what anyone does with anything, but like when you start
be happy, do what you want. Like,
when you start to like
it's
involve
fucking America.
other people's kids, like that bothers me. And I don't believe what Nick Merckx said was completely off base.
All right, so let's before you go too far, give a backstory. Let's give a backstory to this.
So essentially, there was a tweet posted about there was trans activists, and
it was the LGBTQ and
the I don't even.
I think Antifa was there.
I'm sure they were. They go to all these things. They get paid for it.
This was in Los Angeles, California,
and they were fighting. So all Nick Merckx said was leave the kids out of it.
On a tweet
or something to that effect.
It was on a tweet because there was a video that was posted of you saw LGBTQ
pro and
anti-protesters, and you had pro-protesters, and pretty much the anti-protesters were these parents at this school, because there was a whole issue about a lot of that stuff was getting pushed onto the kids in the school, and the parents finally turned around and said they've had a fucking enough of it. And it turned into a full-on brawl out in the streets. It was a whole video, and Nick Merckx, which is a very high very well known top 1% streamer, not even, I won't even say like Call of Duty, like he's just top 1% for streaming. And his tweet was, leave the kids out of it, that's the problem. I'll pull up, like I'll grab screen grabs, and I will pull stuff up of what, so you guys can, and then you can pause and then read it and then continue on.
But he got so much backlash for just saying leave the kids out of it.
Leave the kids out of it.
And I've read the replies. Some people were saying like it creates this environment of like an inflammatory environment for the kids growing up, that, you know, they see these people as different, and, you know, it creates issues for these people. But I don't see it that way. I just think it should be up to the parents. Like, I don't think, listen, it's bad enough school teachers.
Up to the parents and up to the kids. It's fucking whatever you want to do whenever you get to that point in your life where you want to make that decision.
Yeah,
but like don't push it down people's throats.
That becomes the big issue now too, is like, at what age?
Right.
Like, do you put them on prepubescent beta blockers or hormone blockers rather for?
You know what,
I don't know. I wanted to be a fucking Power Ranger when I was a kid.
You know what I mean? You know what my honest opinion with it is, if you're trying to introduce that stuff, we all had health class, we all had sex ed. You wait until they get to that age.
Yeah, a certain age, yeah. But I'm not saying don't inform students.
Right. Yeah, no.
But there's a certain age where, in a young developing mind, that, like, is it now information, or is it
confusion?
Not confusion, but is it like influence? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially at the age, from what I've been seeing, because this is like elementary levels kids.
Yeah.
Like, no.
The biggest thing you should be worrying about in elementary school is your imaginary friend, Pokemon cards, Blue's Clues, like things like just fucking
writing in cursive.
Being a kid, just why are you pushing the stress of real world? Like, let them fucking have a little shelter.
Let them be fucking kids.
Yeah. And then to see, like, listen, I get the protesting, but I think it's shame on both sides, because now these kids are exposed to the protesting on both sides. Like,
no,
it's crazy.
It's 100% both sides of the
fucking crazy. And then, so my big issue with Warzone now is that's all he said, and I don't necessarily disagree with him. But to pull his skin package that he just got 2 weeks ago, so 3 weeks ago, by the time this
the amount of money that they had to have invested into putting the skin in the game in general.
How about the amount of money they made on it?
Oh already? Yeah, and then the amount they made on it, and to fucking have that pulled. For something as simple as just saying keep the kids out of it. Sorry.
A quick background before we keep going farther. What they're talking about is Nick Merckx got his own skin bundle pack in Warzone. So like his own operator skin, because there's operators that you can customize and all this stuff and have. He has his own operator skin, weapon skin, all that stuff. He got his own bundle partnered with Call of Duty, and Call of Duty turned around, saw that
late. He deserved one
super late,
way before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nick made this tweet, and it got so much, like, it just erupted, that Call of Duty turned around and said, I'll pull up the tweet. I can't exactly remember what they said, but they said we removed the Nick Mercs operator bundle because it was like our values to our like
the Pride Month or something like that.
It wasn't even that. It was like towards their like workers too, because they're huge supporters in that stuff.
Yeah.
So they put. Like I said,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like I said, I'll have the tweet up that you have the full read on it. And what blows my
I'll pull it up right now.
You'll get it. But it just blows my mind that you can literally tell. Well, I take that back. When I read that tweet that Nick Mercs made, I'm like, that's not malicious at all. Like that makes sense. Call of Duty and
he's a
Activision,
new father.
And Activision turned around and said that's malicious and hateful towards what we support.
Yeah, but like, bro, it's what is it? 180 characters on Twitter.
Yeah,
like,
and he used like 24.
Yeah, you don't know his intentions. And then when he spoke about it, I think he was pretty succinct. He was like, listen, I'm a new father. These are things I'm starting to think about.
I'll even pull that up. I will grab the video of him the day after he gets on stream and he explains everything.
Because it's important. Because listen, intention is everything, especially in words and nobody here. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but no one here is saying that people shouldn't be able to do what they want to do.
I didn't like what I was seeing, man. Okay, I saw parents brawling in front of a fucking school with kids. I just didn't fucking like it. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys can understand how that video would piss some people off. It pissed me off. Okay. Now, I mean, full transparency. You know, how do I put this? I gotta be very, very careful here. I don't want to piss anybody off. I'm making a lot of people mad. It wasn't my intention. I mean, listen, my wife and I just had a baby. Brand new father. You know, we seen these kinds of videos. It's sad, you know. But her and I agree that we want to be the ones to talk to our kid about things like that. I'm trying to keep it really simple, just so we don't have to get too crazy about it, because there's nothing to get crazy about. It's just it really is that simple. I think I just have a bigger perspective on this now, being a parent, than I did maybe 2 months ago. So, you know, the video bothered me, right? And that's I just don't think it's any place for a teacher or a school. I don't think it's the place to speak about things like that. And it's not that I think that it shouldn't be spoken about. If that's what you got from that tweet, then you're just wrong. I don't have any quarrel with anybody in here. I don't have any quarrel with people on the internet. It wasn't an anti, I guess, gay tweet. That wasn't what it was. Now, listen, if you have issues with me or if you have issues with that tweet, then, hey, listen, I'm down to agree to disagree. That's fine. We can agree to disagree. But if you think that I hate you because you're a certain way, you just couldn't be any more wrong. That's not the truth. I've said things in my past. I've done things in my past. We all have. Okay? People grow. People get better. It's part of life, man. Okay? And I've grown a lot as a human being on planet. I'm sure we all have. Okay? I do not feel that way. I just simply feel that I want to be the one and my wife wants to be the one to speak with our child about stuff like that. And that was the tweet. That was the tweet. You can take the tweet if you want and you can spin it, flip it, flop it, quote tweet it. You can put 10 paragraphs on top of it. You can do whatever you want to it to make you feel better if that's what you want to do. But that was the tweet. Okay? So if you came here to hear that, I I hope you feel a little better about it. I didn't mean to upset anybody. I know that I did. I'm not apologizing about the tweaks. I don't feel like it's wrong. I'm gonna stand by what I said. I'm not gonna delete the tweet. You know, I just want to make sure everybody understands exactly the point I was trying to make by tweeting my response. You know, and I do want to apologize to Puckett though. I feel like I might have brought a little bit of shit his way, man. I didn't mean to do that. Like I'm saying, man, I look down at that little homie in the other room in there, bro. It's my whole world now. You know, it's a different perspective. I know a lot of you guys know it firsthand, but for those that don't, it's a different perspective.
No,
I don't care what you do.
I'm very libertarian in that aspect. You should be like just.
It's a free country.
If it ain't
free
fucking hurting nobody,
world,
who
exactly
cares?
Do what you want to do. Love who you want to love. Like that.
You want to fuck your husband, you want to fuck your wife, and you want to smoke some weed in the backyard and enjoy a good time. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, go for it.
But do not. If you want to, if you want to praise God and everything else, go right the fuck ahead. Do not push it on me though.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm fairly religious, but I that's me. Yeah. It's personal.
Right.
Totally fine. Yeah. Don't push it on me or anyone else that doesn't fucking want it though.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be talking to your children about it. Like that's whatever. It's how you guys raise them. It's not me. I don't care.
Like, I don't have children, so it's
Ty. I was talking about Ty. Like I'm not going to be with little man talking about,
this whole thing with
God.
Like Nick Merckx explains it very well. Being a father, having a kid, and then seeing schools push that onto your kid, it's like, that's my fucking job, not your job.
So I think it's more so how they're pushing it.
Yeah.
Like, listen, when I saw the trans guys reading at libraries just for exposure, I didn't like this hot take. I didn't really have a problem with that too much because it was just a dude just fucking dressed the way he feels he should be dressed, reading the kids. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Whatever. If you as a parent want to bring your kid to that, okay. But then the drag shows that overly sexualized it, I have a major problem with that. And I'd have a problem with that if it was straight folks, like a straight woman, like a strip club with little kids. I'd have a major problem with that as well.
You don't see me bringing Bentley to a strip club.
Yeah, no, I have a major problem with that too.
It's not something you do. As an adult and as a parent, you don't expose your kid to that.
No, there's a time and place for that. And I think as the world's going now, the fucking development, especially with the internet, like where these kids are now at 12 and 13, as opposed to where I was at 12 and 13, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. I mean, just something to think about. So I won't be playing Warzone. I'm taking Doc's stance. Shout out to Doc. Who basically said, "Listen, I don't know who your PR guy is, but you fucked up majorly."
I'll throw the clip up of Doc reacting to it as well.
If you don't know the news, yesterday it just blew my mind that Call of Duty, Activision made the decision to pull Nick Merckx's skin bundle off the game, and he worked hard, years and years, built a nice community. He's a great representation. That's a tough one, man. For what again? So what I gotta do is uninstall the game. Number one, they either need to apologize publicly to him or reinstate his bundle in order for me to consider playing Call of Duty again. That's where I'm at.
Also,
big shout out to Doc.
I think another big shout out. I know it seemed a little late for like us, like me and you, release like the fucking. I said release because we're talking about gaming, and that's where my mind went. But
okay.
Craig,
no, Greg.
I'm a huge fucking Tim the Tap Man fan, and him and Nick played forever together, and I grew. That's where I fucking found streaming. That's where I found Warzone, and like became to like content creation, was from watching fucking Nick, Tim, Cloak, and fucking whoever else they had in there for the day.
That
Like,
was the original trio.
That was the trio. I literally just watched a video of Tim reacting to like Nick Merckx, the
Best of Nick Merckx or whatever.
The Verdance days.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just going over like him just watching Nick's POV on fucking Verdansk, and it was just hilarious him watching the clips where Tim and fucking Cloak are just sitting there arguing back and forth, and Nick's just sitting there like.
But those were I think those were one of the major driving forces to Warzone success.
Exactly, and then
you had three of the top streamers, and then like even if you didn't know
Verdansk was
streaming,
the foundation.
even if you didn't know streamers, you had even at work constantly grown men.
Yeah.
Did you see this clip? And it's fucking Nick and Tim.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I saw
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so like to me, the biggest thing I was waiting for it, and I was like, I hope Tim does the right thing and backs his friend. It took a minute for it to happen, but I also tuned into his stream the day after all that happened, and I was watching, and it was literally him playing Fortnite in members only mode, and I was like, I think he had a plan on what to do, but he couldn't do it because he was playing Fortnite for the day because it was the launch of the new chapter, and he didn't want to have anything to do with Warzone.
So he spoke about it a little, only for very little, very vague, and personally to me that bothered me. I was like, I mean, I don't know how you guys are raised, but like, listen, if you're a true friend, and I feel like Nick and Tim are like true friends, like, fuck, if we're going through the 7 rings of hell, we're going together. Like, that's it. Like, we'll figure it out. And listen, I'll call you privately call you out on it, but to me, this is not an issue that he should have got his bundle removed. That's money out of the kid's pocket. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
to see Tim say,
a day later,
we came through this together. Like, if you're gonna take Nick's away, then I don't want mine there either. Like, or whatever.
It doesn't feel right to have mine, but not his.
Which is a big move. I think it took him a day late, but I also think that he's smart. He's got this far for a reason.
So my
and I feel
opinion,
like he was choosing it.
My opinion on it, from what I saw and just the body language and how he went about it, and this is my opinion and my total speculation. This is not anything else. Tim can turn around and say, fuck that guy for what he said. But from what it looked like, he was playing the middle ground to where he's like, listen, I love Nick to death, but he was also to the point where he's like, I don't want to fuck up this portion. This portion of I have this base or the COD partnership and everything else.
Which I mean,
that's in my opinion. Like, that's what it looked like.
This is a 100,000-aire talking about a millionaire, so obviously I can't really speak to it too much, but
100,000. Jesus Christ!
This is under 100,000-aire talking about.
No amount of money in the world
sweet.
would be worth my character. You know what I mean?
Which was very redeeming when he did tweet and said, "Hey, Call of Duty."
I think listen, I liked him. I think it took him a little long, and I think
he did the right thing, though.
I think he was just trying to find a way to navigate it as easily as possible and find the right words, which I'm okay with that. But fucking Doc. Nick and Doc have played together.
Doc has never had a good relationship with Call of Duty either.
You had those two. So you had
didn't give a fuck what he said about Call of Duty.
You had Doc that was like, I'm gonna take this approach and I'm gonna sprint.
Yeah. And then you had Tim, who was part of the game.
Tim was like, I'm gonna kind of tiptoe. Like, I'm gonna be with Nick, but I'm gonna tiptoe.
You had the two, but I'm more of I'd be Doc.
I'd be Doc too. Like,
I'd be Doc. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck this game.
Like, he literally turned around. He's like, nope. Call of Duty needs to apologize. Call of Duty needs to put his skin back before I even consider to play this game again. And I was like,
and literally uninstalled it on stream.
But
I was like,
so this is an issue.
Use Blizzard. He uses Steam, which was the best part.
Yeah, I know. That's sick.
So one of the big issues I have in general
Or BattleNet, I should say.
Bud Light stuff, everything is like, why are these companies touching upon these like jarringly political and polarizing issues?
I literally don't care.
Just fucking make your product. If your product's good, people will use it. I don't because you're going to turn somebody off no matter what you do.
Yeah.
You throw a super pro
Bud Light.
bro. You throw a super pro America ad. There's going to be people in this country that
Yep.
are like, fucking, this country's terrible. What do you mean?
Bud Light pissed the farmers off.
Didn't Budweiser try to do a redeeming trailer for that?
They did, but Bud Light pissed the farmers off in one of the Super Bowls. They said something about, "Oh, we don't use cornstarch or anything like that in our beer," and the farmers fucking went off. The farmers were running fucking cases of beer over with tractors and shit because, like, all these corn farmers out west are like, well, what the fuck are you using our product? Like, what are you using then?
Yeah.
So everyone left Bud Light and went to Coors Light. Like, they went to Coors Light, they went to Miller Lite, they went to fucking anything but Bud Light because they were like, yeah, no, we're not going to use corn in our beer. And all these fucking farmers are like, dude, that's what we grow. We grow corn for beer.
To be clear, I don't care that they sent that Mulvaney guy a fucking can. My big issue is you did it after a fucking mass shooting, which involved a trans person.
The
on
timing,
a bunch of little kids.
terrible.
The timing was terrible. But that's not even like the major part for me. The major part is what that lady said, that PR lady said after.
Ooh.
Like she's attacking. She attacked the base for Bud Light, saying we're trying to move away from frat culture.
Yeah.
And all this shit. Like that's your base.
It's like,
what are
you know
doing?
that's 80%.
Is that their base or is that Natural Light's base?
But she said
Bush Light's base.
It's just like,
it's like, that's 80% of your base, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's 80% of your consumer.
they're certainly feeling it.
Yeah.
Certainly feeling it. Yeah.
They are what, billions or millions?
26 billion.
Yeah.
Was the last
in the
number.
hole. You have bars saying, here, free beer.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't care.
You got
if someone
fucking
hands me a
bars
Bud
that
Light, I'm
won't.
gonna drink it. Someone hands me a fucking Anheuser-Busch product, I'm gonna drink it. Apparently, per Craig,
Yeah, it's InBev, baby.
Corona is.
InBev AB.
I don't care. It's good beer. I'm gonna drink it. If it's good beer, I'm gonna drink it. I have never drank fucking Bud Light, or I've drank Bud Light when it's been given to me for free, because free beer is for me. And
We're broke ass bitches.
But I don't like Bud Light for the taste. I don't care. Like, if I love Bud Light, I'd be sitting here drinking Bud Light.
So Bud Light's my wind down drink.
Care.
So I'll drink a bunch of like whiskey gingers, and then towards the end of the night, I'll settle on some, Bud Light once an hour. But I switched to Coors Light, and it's specifically because they were so out of touch with their consumer that, like, and it wasn't really the Mulvaney thing. I don't care about that. I more cared about the statements made after, like how they handled it.
Mm.
And I was like, listen, you're talking shit about, like, me personally. And I'm not really a frat bro. Like, I don't, but like, you're talking shit about me.
Wearing the Barstool hat.
It just, yeah. So it just showed me that they didn't really care.
I'm wearing the Barstool shirt.
They were hard taking that stance of like, nope, this is what we support.
Yeah. So you know what? By not purchasing it for a while and not consuming it, it's a little way for the consumer to put these dudes in check and be like, listen, you could be a multi-million-dollar conglomerate, but you still need us. You need us. You do. And, maybe going forward, these companies will think about it further, where, like,
listen,
there's ways to be inclusive. There really is.
Mm-hmm.
Without shit talking 3/4 of your fucking base.
One side gets pissed off with the Indian being on a stick of butter. Us, we turn around and say, fuck you, we're just not going to get your product anymore.
Yeah.
No, the thing with the fucking, with the Land O'Lakes butter. The thing with the Land O'Lakes butter, it's so fucking,
Bananas. It was Indian representation.
Bro, I know. It's like the fucking
It's like the
typical white Americans. They got rid of the Indian and kept the land.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fucking land's still on the stick of butter, but the Indian's gone. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? You guys stupid? Like, why? How is that pissing off them?
So that's the thing I didn't understand with
It's
like
so
the Cleveland
fucking
Guardians and like all these Native American mascots and sports.
Like, why are we getting rid of
icons.
all these people? That's pride. That's pride in the culture. It's pride where they're from. That's pride in the land.
But
where
that's the
American
whole thing,
culture.
Though. Did Land O'Lakes turn around?
Fucking insane.
Did Land O'Lakes turn around, lose billions of dollars?
No, it's great
No.
butter.
We turned around. What?
But I don't use Land O'Lakes. I don't use Land. I've been using Kerrygold only because I'm Irish.
I still use Land O'Lakes.
Kerrygold's good though. I do. I use Land O'Lakes all the time.
But
Kerrygold.
that's the thing. Or what is it? Uncle the Rice.
Uncle
the
Ben's.
Rice. Uncle Ben's.
Yep.
These products are still getting bought. I'm not saying but that base.
Bud Light's still getting bought.
I mean, yes, it is, but as what was it? 32 mil bill, 20 mil.
What are we talking about?
How much has fucking Bud Light lost?
20. I think the last number I heard, which maybe 2 weeks ago, was 26 bill.
That's a message. That's a message of the customer base going, "Hey, you fucked up."
Yeah.
Dude, do you know how mad I am that they took
it's the same
fucking
customer
Aunt Jemima away?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Wasn't even a fucking real person. Wasn't even a real person. It was
motherfucker. It's
all
like
it
taking
was
the fucking the leprechaun off the box of Lucky Charms.
Yeah, that's coming soon. Watch. Us Irish are rising up. But it was a stereotypical
Irish will rise
mama
again.
from the
Irish
south.
will rise again.
It was a stereotypical fucking woman from the south, a mama archetype of just a welcoming southern black lady that liked to cook food. What is wrong with that? How is that appropriation?
Oh no. Oh yeah, suck it. Get it. Daddy.
Unbelievable.
For our listeners that don't know.
Garrett just cupped the balls on a Corona.
Yeah. Watch YouTube to see what happens because I'm zooming in on that.
Carrot just sucked the balls on a Corona.
Okay.
But no,
all right.
I will say I stand with Nick Burks.
Yes.
I stand with Doc and Nick. Yep.
On this whole situation, because I myself
there wasn't anything wrong.
There was nothing.
There wasn't
malicious towards it, and
not at all.
I stand with him as a father. Of you do need to leave the fucking kids out of it.
Yeah, there's certain things that should be left at home.
To be explained at home. Us as parents will take care of that. You as a school teach my kid how to write, teach my kid how to read, teach my kid math, teach my kids science, history.
Please teach them math. I didn't learn math. Can someone teach them math? Because it's affecting my educational skills.
Do all that shit. Everything else, guess what? It's on my ass.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, I don't have kids, so I can't really.
Yeah, I don't have ground.
I'm raising a dog that doesn't understand when I say stop biting me. So
I'm very fortunate with the school
Mine doesn't
that
know how to stop playing with fucking toys.
With the school that my son goes to, I have not seen an ounce of it.
Good.
That's good. We also live in rural New Hampshire.
I'm like, good, because like it doesn't need to be a thing.
It's raining out.
It's raining over here too. All right, let's switch. Let's switch gears here. All right, we said our piece. I think we did it eloquently.
Let me go pee. Hey Garrett, I'm looking for some good food, a good time, and a good drink.
Well, if you're in Hillsborough, New Hampshire, you can stop by Main Street Grill and Bar, which offers a great drink selection and some amazing food by very talented chefs.
Main Street Grill and Bar in Hillsborough, not to be confused with those cucks in Berlin, New Hampshire. The Main Street Bar and Grill.
But wait, What if I want to play a few rounds of golf?
Main Street Grill and Bar is also located right at Angus Lee Golf Course, where golf is unapologetically fun. Whether it's food, drink, or 9 holes of fun, the Main Street Grill and Bar will meet all your entertainment needs.
And this is totally legit, and it's not scripted.
Not at all. No. All right, so let's change gears here, boys.
Yeah.
June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
It is.
Which I know in the law enforcement community, I know you guys are veterans. The veteran community is super important.
Very, very
and
important.
the EMS community.
Yep.
Yeah, well, yeah, I feel like any civil service, because they're so thankless.
I think I think like EMS has the highest, though. I think there was
civil service.
Yeah, out of all of them. I think I read some. I would have to find it, but don't quote me. But I think I read something where like EMS is one of the highest suicidal rates. Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, the Ryan Reynolds rates.
I gotta pull up my notepad.
10 jobs with the highest suicide rates. Let's see. What do we got? So 1, medical doctors. Wow. 2 is dentists. 3 is police officers. 4 is veterinarians. 5 financial services. 6 real estate agents. 7 electricians. 8 lawyers.
Did you get this off of Wikipedia?
No, I'm on choices. 8 lawyers, 9 farmers, 10 pharmacists. They don't consider veterans because they're not technically employed any longer.
They're federal government.
That list is kind of fucking mind-boggling.
Do your push-ups, boys.
Suicide rate. Yeah, do your push-ups. And then I read.
I literally put in the notes 42 minutes. Some beeping that needs to happen.
Jesus Christ. So the CDC's occupational list groups everything together. So it's per 100,000 per year. So farmers, fishermen, lumberjacks, and other forestry and agricultural workers have 85 suicides per 100,000 a year. Carpenters, miners, electricians, construction trades, 53 suicides per 100,000. Mechanics, installation, maintenance, and repair are 48 per 100,000. Factory production workers, 35 per 100,000. Architects, engineers, and engineers are 32 per 100,000. Police officers, firefighters, correction workers, and other protective services and civil service are 31 per 100,000. And then it goes on to artists, designers, entertainers, athletes, and media are 24. Then computer programmers, mathematicians, statisticians, 23 per 100,000. Transportation workers round out 9. 10 is corporate executives, managers, advertising, public relations.
All that cocaine.
And then 15th on the list is nurses, medical assistants, and healthcare support. But I think you fall. EMS falls under 6.
Civil.
Yeah, the civil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's still too much.
It's way,
it's
way
too
fucking many.
But that's shocking to me. Farm workers, fishermen, lumberjacks. Do you notice anything about these jobs?
What about them?
They're male
paying.
No, they're male dominated. Most of these are male dominated. At least in the top 10, I guess. Because you got the farm workers,
unfortunate because
fishermen, lumberjacks. Then you have the carpenters, miners, electricians, construction trades, mechanics, factory production workers, architects, engineers, police, firefighters, correction workers. These are all male dominated. That's fucking crazy.
Because
what do you got?
Fuck us.
Starting to see a lot more like women in the trades though. So like So I worked for a company that installed signs all over the U.S. in like new apartment buildings and stuff like that. The first time I worked there in 2014 to 15, because I was still in the Guard, to the last time I worked there, which was last year, the amount of women in the trades, whether it be electricians, plumbers, carpenters, it was crazy to see the amount of women
But
in the trades,
there's
which was so cool to see, number one, because women should realize that there's good fucking money in the trades and they don't have to go to school to do all this other crazy shit. They don't have to, they're not grouped into one standard. There's no fucking standard. Do what the fuck you want to do.
yeah, but
But-
they're still male
But
dominated.
they are still male dominated at this time, which is, and to
listen,
see
I've
those
been
rates is fucking
I've
crazy.
been employed by my department, which is New York, and for 12 years. And as long as I've been a cop in all of New York State, I haven't heard of one female suicide death for law
Really?
enforcement. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm looking right now on the CDC.
And we know the population for New York. It's
Yeah.
big.
Hmm.
So I'm looking at for cops. I mean, obviously there's female suicides, not cops, but
I know. I
look-
hit that a little bit broad, but for police force.
I'm looking at the stats for on the CDC right now for suicide, and the age-adjusted suicide rate in 2021 was 14.04 per 100,000 individuals. The rate of suicide is highest in middle-aged white men. In 2021, men died by suicide 3.90 times more than women. On average, there's 132 suicides a day. White males accounted for 69.68% of suicide deaths in 2021. And in 2021, firearms accounted for 54.64% of all suicidal deaths. And 94% of adults surveyed in the U.S. think suicide can be prevented. So, on that,
So much
prevention.
weeping.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think no. This
This
is
I don't
all
think
factual.
so. Yeah,
No, this is all
It's
factual.
Like
I mean,
we're literally talking about a subject.
yeah, we're not saying commit it. We're saying
Fuck
Yeah.
it anyway. We don't get monetized.
Yeah, we're talking risks.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do to fucking? Because I mean, if you guys are like me, there's times where you feel like you're underwater. What do you guys do to keep fucking going? What do you guys do to what kind of?
As
kind of-
Tide
what kind of-
chugs this fucking
Yeah, what do you
Corona
what
sunrise.
do you do to try to get right? You guys being veterans with the highest, I think the highest rate of suicide of everybody.
You can't even go that route with me. I didn't do shit.
I didn't do shit either.
I'm sure that contributes to a lot of the suicides, though, is the feeling that you didn't fulfill your duty to the country. I'm sure that accounts for a lot of veteran suicides.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
It definitely like takes a toll on me a lot. I know. I'll be like
Craig, you're hitting a fucking
One-
spot right now.
I'll be the one to speak up.
No,
about
listen,
it,
I think it's
guess.
important
Like,
to talk about. There's people that
I
might
didn't do shit.
fucking tune
and-
into this and realize they're not alone. I think it's something that we should fucking talk about.
Yeah. So number one for me, suicide is like not an option because I fucking love my friends so much and my family so much, and I could never put them through that. Like I would feel so fucking guilty
Well, you wouldn't feel
doing
anything.
that. Well, no, I would.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. There's no fucking way I could do it. Because I love my friends and my family so much and I wouldn't want to put them through that. and that includes you two fuckers sitting here talking to me.
Oh, I mean, how many vent sessions do we have at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning just to fucking buddy check, you know?
Exactly. It's definitely a thing. I don't want to say like survivor's guilt because I was never in a situation where I was gonna die in the guard, or in the military, but I do think that it's probably what it is. I enlisted and didn't get to do the 2 jobs that I wanted to do. The 2 jobs that I wanted to do were high fucking, or probably low survivability rate technically. I wanted to do EOD or combat engineer and get on the route clearance team. Like I wanted to go out and stop IEDs from blowing our guys up. That's what I wanted to fucking do. I chose to go National Guard. National Guard in my state, New Hampshire, didn't have EOD, so I couldn't do it. And that so I just chose the next unit to deploy and fucking missed that deployment by 2 weeks from the time I got out of training and the time they deployed. They deployed to pre-deployment training 2 weeks before I got out of AIT, and that fucking sucked. That ruined my whole view on everything to do with where I was at, where I was going in the military, and my biggest regret to this date out of everything I've ever done or not done is not going active duty. Should have gone active duty. Chose the job I wanted to do, but I know it's a double-edged fucking sword, you know. It's hindsight's 2020. You fucking, who knows? Ty and I went and stood by the road for someone who died the next town over on a route clearance team in the Marine Corps. After we enlisted, you know, we stood there and fucking for his funeral concession. Is that what they call it when they fucking
Procession?
Procession. That's what it is. He was on the route clearance team, Marine Corps. I can't remember his rank, but Brandon Garabant, he changed a lot. There's a whole law on that, and service members being able to wear their dress uniforms for high school graduations now. There's been a lot of things that came from him after, you know, unfortunately after he passed, but I don't know, man. The mental health thing is.
So do you think regret has a lot to do with veteran suicides?
I don't know if there's regret.
But I'm saying in general. I'm not saying with you, obviously. But
No, I don't know if regret is like. I think it's just there's not enough encouragement for people to get help.
Very true. Or
talk to your fucking friends, like your battle buddies, dude. It's just a battle buddy thing, man. Like,
or a lot of it.
Talk to your fucking friends.
A lot of it I hear from buddies is, why was it them and not me?
that made it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, that's survivor's guilt.
Well, that's a lot that I hear. Is why the fuck am I still here? But my friend that was a father of 2, he's the one that gets waxed.
There's a great book that I would highly recommend people listening to in the mental health world, and someone that you should look up to or at least look into. Any of his podcasts that he's on, his own podcast. Someone who really kind of helped me out of a fucking dark and fucking rough road was Dakota Meyer. His book Into the Fire.
Medal of Honor recipient.
Medal of Honor recipient, and he got a Medal of Honor recipient for fucking disobeying orders, trying to help his friends, but all of his friends died.
Yeah, I'm well
that
aware. Anyone
fucking-
who's well aware of Dakota Meyer's story, just Google
Dude,
him. It's
Dakota Meyer. His book Into the Fire.
wild.
He's on watch every episode that he's on the Joe Rogan podcast. His own podcast. He's got his own podcast. He's now a firefighter somewhere around Austin, Texas. He just got a Medal of Valor or something. I want to say Medal of Honor, but it's not. A crazy medal for being on the fire department down there. Jumped into a fucking lake to pull some guy out of his truck after his car crashed into the lake, and him and his buddies fucking dived in and saved him. Like, pulled him out of the truck that was underwater without diving gear. Just fucking ran and jumped in to save the guy. And that cat just fucking ate shit.
All good.
Okay.
Ty, you look pretty silent here, bud. There's something you want to add? You look contemplative. Listen, that's what we're here for. Open up, buddy. What do you got for us?
I don't even know how to start. Oh, fuck. I would say mental health wise, sorry for the pauses, everyone. My biggest battle, especially getting out, is feeling like I never did enough.
Amen.
And I'll be 100% honest, I've had complete fights with my amazing, loving wife over me going back in the military.
Yep.
Because I never felt like I did what I wanted to do. And I think I thank her so much for sticking it out, dealing with my ass, and the battle that I had. Because one of my regrets is I should have gone fucking active duty.
Yep.
But I let a buddy of mine, or I should say a family member of mine, say, hey, let me recruit you into National Guard. I was talking to a full-time active duty Army recruiter, and I was getting ready to go full-time active as an infantryman. Instead, I turned around and I said, fuck it, I'll go National Guard. Because my buddy was doing it. Or my family member was doing it. Got my infantry spot because that was the only thing I fucking wanted to do. You couldn't tell me otherwise. Everyone's like, oh, well, you could go be a HIMARS mechanic, or you could do this, and so on and so forth, like your ASVABs. And I'm like, nope, I want to be an infantryman. I'm going to fucking shoot shit. Simple as that. That was my fucking mentality. And show up to my unit. We were prepping for a deployment to Afghanistan. Got canceled. I tell you what.
You want
Prepping.
to piss off some grunts.
obviously I was new guy, and I had a bunch of senior leaders of mine of, Merrill, you don't want this. You don't want to do this. And of course, I'm young, old private or specialist. Nope, this is what I want to fucking do. I want my piece of the pie. I do all this training and everything else. I signed this contract. I want to do my fucking job. So I got canceled. The morale for me definitely went down. And how National Guard works, it's, what is it? It's every 3 or 4 year rotation for units for deployment.
Yeah, actually,
Something like that.
Because my old unit's down on the border right now. So yeah.
So what you do is it's a crawl, walk, run. So it's a crawl 1 year, walk 1 year, run 3rd year, and then the 4th year you're getting deployed.
Yeah.
Or how infantry we did it, it was squad level, platoon level, company level.
Mm-hmm.
So your first year, you're doing squad tactics that year for your drill weekends. 2nd year, it was platoon level. 3rd year, you're doing company level. You're ready to fucking go. Next year, you're prepping for a deployment. That happened to us. I think it was 2016. I want to
2016 or 2017 probably.
Ty, are you shaking your leg, Ty?
a little bit.
Yeah, you're shaking your camera, buddy.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I see this stresses you out a little bit.
And we were told again, hey, Afghanistan, we're going. And I'm like, fuck yeah, like, we're finally doing it. And this is 2016, so I think when I found this out, Kristen was still pregnant with Bentley. Which, obviously, as everyone knows, the significant other's like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. And I'm like, my mentality when I was in, it's like, I don't know what to fucking tell you, like, I'm going.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And finally getting the notice of it's canceled. It was given to one of the full-time units because we were starting. So we were 172nd infantry, 173rd, sorry, infantry unit, mountain infantry unit for New Hampshire. And we were starting to transition and merge with 10th Mountain Division. Pretty much what happened is they canceled us and they gave it to one of the other 10th Mountain companies. Active duty guys.
Or jump.
So, like I said,
Colorado. Either one.
My whole SAP story is me kind of bitching of I never got to do the job I was training to fucking do.
Yep.
And I know there's a bunch of people that have told me, Tyler, you do not want to be over there.
Looking back at it now, with the way things happened with Afghanistan, part of me is thankful that I didn't put boots in the sand over there just for the way things went down, but also part of me feels even worse.
So my unit, I left my unit in 2018. That was when my contract was up. I said, fuck this, because I had a piss poor, I will admit it, I had a piss poor fucking attitude. I was angry with the army, or I can't even say the army. I was angry with the National Guard because I had 2 deployments canceled on me. I felt like I just literally had my dick in my hand, not doing a fucking thing. And I blame myself because I should have gone fucking active duty and not a part-time gig. But what was the pullout of the Afghanistan? 2020?
2021.
Yeah, I think it was
2021.
2022. 1 year just hit the other day because I just saw the thing on the 13 Marines.
February 2020.
2020.
2021.
And then they withdrew in May of 2021 was the
Yes, 2021.
full withdrawal. So it was 2 years ago.
My unit I was with the National Guard was there in Kuwait when that happened.
After you'd gotten out?
Yep. And from what I heard through the grapevine, there was a few guys that went over to help and assist.
Yeah.
Luckily, nothing happened. But when I heard my company was over there that I was with, and a bunch of them went over to help assist with the evacuation, the amount, I don't even know how to explain it. Is it guilt? Is it regret? I felt like
Guilt.
I should have been fucking over there. Why didn't I extend for 2 more years? I would have been with them.
So I think, Ty, you and I both, we became a lot closer over the last couple years. Whether it be not necessarily just through gaming and streaming, but I mean, because we were friends in high school, ran track together, we were captains of the track team together. We did a lot together, but I think we both kind of gained a sense of this mental health thing together. Through our time working at blank together.
Yep.
Working there, and we kind of were both in the same place. We're all right, let's fucking figure out a way to get back in. Let's fucking do this. And then we fucking talked a lot about it, and we looked at it, and then I finally came to the decision. I was like, dude, there's no fucking point in doing this. This thing's gonna be fucking over before we know it. By the time we get in, do anything, it's fucking gonna be done. And then what was it? The next fucking 3 months after that, everything fucking was hey, we're out of here. And I was like, well, son of a bitch, good thing we fucking decided not to. That was I think I'm really happy that we came back together, because I think there's a lot more than that we shared the same page on as far as this same issue we're talking about. I know mine isn't nearly as much because, I mean, my fucking unit wasn't going anywhere. I mean, they just finally went down to the southern border.
Yep.
Last year. They're probably going to they should be home August, maybe. I don't know. But I chose the wrong MOS to do any of that shit. But literally even my recruiter, or our recruiter, technically we had the same recruiter,
We did.
looked at me and goes, are you sure you want to fucking do that? And he's like, dude, you can do whatever the fuck you want. He's like, you can take intel. And looking back at it now, wish I took fucking intel. Because the contracting jobs on the outside with fucking intel are just insane.
Right.
So I would advise, with the military thing, with the mental health, the biggest thing I can preach is don't try to be the fucking badass. Set yourself up. You're going to get free education through the military. You're going to get free on-the-job training through the military. If you want to fucking do something, look at what you want to do on the outside world. I chose military police, and I'm not a fucking cop. Like it's literally, I tried to go Air Force and try to get into like geospatial analytics and stuff like that. In the last 4 years, I've tried to get back into it, but it wasn't a pre-enlistment or prior service job, so couldn't do anything with it. Or unless I wanted to go all the way back through basic training, and sure as fuck I wasn't doing that all over again. But it's just like, fucking set yourself up for what you want to set yourself up for, like what you want to do, what you want to get into. Like you look into it before you join, especially nowadays when we're in a time of peace. It's tough. It sucks.
Yep.
But I'm very thankful that you and I have gotten closer over the last couple of years. Because it's helped me a lot. It's gave me someone else to talk to, and someone that I feel like we're on like the same page of how we feel in this fucking ongoing conflict in our fucking heads. You know? And I'm always there for you, and I know you're always there for me, so.
I have that conflict, hence why I jumped onto a firefighter department.
Yep, same. Didn't do enough. Had to help the community more.
Yeah. But I think the biggest battle for me is how selfish I was. And this is a little different, but because I'm bringing Kristen back up, is how selfish I was towards her. Because I was literally grasping at anything to try to convince her.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'll do this, and I'll be able to do this, but then I'll go to school for this, and then just like, let me do this contract. And because there was portions where I was like, let me go back into let me go active. Yeah. And she's like, I don't want to deal with that. And I'm like, well, it's only going to be for this amount of time. Like, let me at least try. Like, yeah. I need to try this. And she's like, we have, and it was me being an asshole. It was me being selfish. I was thinking about myself. I wasn't thinking of her. I wasn't thinking of Bentley. Because I was full bore going, let me go inactive. Let me try to go into Indoc and go Green Beret. Because that was one thing I wanted to try to fucking do. She's like, I don't want to deal with that time with you being gone. And she's like, then the time that you are gone on a deployment, what am I supposed to fucking do? And I was like, well, it's not like a normal deployment where if I was with a conventional unit, it'd be a year. SF right. Guys, it's usually 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
And it's a rotation. Because obviously I have some friends that are in that type of space. And it was short story quick rotation. Is it's me being a selfish prick trying to convince my wife and not thinking about her, not thinking about my son because of something I want to do. That has always been my battle, and it has turned into fights. It has turned into arguments. And like I said, I love her to fucking death because she stood her ground. And she stuck through and through with me. With it. And I would not be the man I am today if it wasn't for
her. Craig and I wouldn't be the men we are today if she didn't scare the shit out of us at the top of the stairs on the Casual AF weekend.
That's true. It's true. She changed me.
Yeah. We were changed men because of that.
I'm more so changed because she was cleaning at the time that we were going to bed.
And the big thing is she dealt with her father, who was 82nd Airborne.
Well,
Yeah.
I will say this, Kristen. However, if she did, however it
If she
shook
did.
out, like I understand you guys got a lot of regret with your service, but I'm grateful how it worked out because I wouldn't know you two. I wouldn't have the crutches I have now if you guys had gone off and done further. I mean, my mom used to say all the time that it was like, everything does happen for a reason. Everything shook out the way it shook out for a reason. So if you boys have any regrets, listen, your service wasn't for naught. I mean, you did more than 70% of the country does. 80%,
even fucking more than that.
99%, yeah.
Oh, I'm counting the Coast Guard. But you did more than more people could fathom about, even just sacrificing your time to put yourself in the position where you could go over. And I couldn't thank you guys enough. And you guys are here now. You know what I mean? I mean, it shook out the way it shook out.
Yeah. I am very thankful for the friends I have now. I mean, you two in general. This podcast, all our listeners, like, it's a venting space. It's an out of, like, just fucking, I don't know. I'm terrible when it comes to this shit.
No, go for it, man.
It's like a fucking,
say your words.
Even if this podcast never went anywhere, I would still do this every fucking Monday night. I'd fucking record something, put it out there to whoever the fuck wanted to listen to it. Because this, to me, is a huge fucking...
Listen, it's
a huge fucking just...
If we can affect one person with this, and even if it's us, one of us for the particular week that we're doing it, it makes it worth it to block out, 3-4 hours of my time. It's a forced hang. We're forcing each other to fucking buddy check and fucking get in here and, and even for 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever we do, it's good. I mean, it's good for me. I'm sure. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I hope you guys feel the same way where it's
absolutely.
Just, you kind of, we could dust some shit off to the side for a little bit and just talk and hang and make jokes. And I know this episode's a little heavy, but I think it's important.
Honestly, though, I hope more people listen to it.
Yeah,
because
I think it's important. Listen, if you guys are struggling, trust me, we're all struggling. You're not alone in any of this, and anyone who
nobody's fucking alone.
needs to fucking talk about it.
Nobody's alone.
My socials are open.
Yep.
Aruli's Gaming on everything. One word, no underscore. You could hit us at the CasualAFpodcast at Gmail if you guys got to talk about it. One of us will be there, and if one of us sees it, I'm sure we'll rally the troops. But if you're thinking about if that darkness fucking starts taking a hold, and you don't have anyone that you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, I promise you do.
You do.
You just gotta,
For fuck sure you do.
Yeah, you just gotta look, and if you got no one to talk to and you really feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, I promise you, I mean, I'll give you a Discord link and I'll sit in here with you till 6 a.m. I get work at fucking none. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
We'll sit with you. I mean, it's not You're not
Greg
alone.
and I
in
just
this.
did this. Like, what was this last?
Last fucking Monday.
Are you fucking
it last
kidding me?
Monday?
I woke up that
Was it Monday or
morning
Friday?
and I messaged.
Thought-
I see the text messages that were happening, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then Garrett goes, "Hey, pop into the Discord." And this is 4 a.m. I'm getting my ass ready for work.
Ty, can I tell you something?
What?
You're
So
an OG,
you're
bitch.
you're high in my list of people I consider like, just like brothers. You know what I mean? Like we only met, really once, but we talk fucking all the time. But bro, you went so high on my list, fucking getting ready, and you were like, you know what? My boys need me. Jump into the Discord while trying to
Get ready for
You know,
work and heading
it's-
to work.
you were buddy checking us though, and you made the time. You made the time, and I mean,
Yeah. We fucking talked to Ty and while he was driving to work, and like if he was on FaceTime in the Discord.
I swiped
that's-
in 5 o'clock on the dot.
but to me, that's a measure of like,
Because Greg and I were not in any shape to be
no,
doing anything.
We're having a rough
We were-
fucking go of it.
Yeah.
And then
But I will say, bro,
we were
you
in a fucking
fucking
hole.
you moved up fucking 100 times up my list of guys. Like, every man needs a man he can count on, and I'm fucking lucky enough to have two sitting in this podcast with me.
What I want to say from this whole fucking portion of this is fucking you guys out there need to fucking stop acting like talking about what's going on or what you're like going through. It doesn't matter what it is. Fucking talk to your friends or talk to someone. Just fucking, you have to talk to someone.
Yeah, listen, it doesn't
You're,
make you
no
weak.
fucking man. It does not fucking make you weak at all. It shows that you're willing to fucking work through it. You want. It's not that you want help. You need help, and there's nothing fucking wrong with needing help. Yeah, sure, we fucking want to stack wood and fucking cut wood and do everything by ourselves. We don't want to bother our friends doing the shitty work. Same thing goes for mental health. You gotta fucking. Sometimes you need to have your friends come out and hang out and help out.
Yeah. I mean, I spoke about it. I didn't speak it so much with Ty, but I spoke about it with Garrett, where I was in a tough spot. Work's tough. Tough spot with everything going on, and then that weekend,
Mm-hmm.
boy, being with you guys, like, it was like a healthy reset that you need.
Yeah.
And I can't.
Fuck, I think half the time we fucking stayed up until 6:30 in the morning was just fucking us being blabbering idiots.
That's sometimes all you need, though.
just having some fucking heart to heart.
Yeah, I
the
was talking
entire
to Ty
time,
while
but-
he was sleeping on the couch, and even just knowing he was
fucking-
subconsciously listening to me was enough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But-
it's important, guys. Listen, if you made it this far, talk to somebody, and if you really feel you don't have anyone to talk to, I promise you there are people willing to hear
There's
it.
3 people sitting right here.
Yeah, listen.
There's
Hit me on my
literally 3
socials.
people.
I'll call you through Instagram if you want to have a chat. I don't care where
Yep.
you are in the country.
Through the Discord, the fucking what's my Discord?
we'll have to
We'll have to
post some links and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll post links to this one.
I
But
just want to hold on real quick, Ty, before you. I know you're trying to close it out. There are numbers, guys. Listen, you can call 988. It's not a big 1-800 number anymore. 988 is the new suicide and crisis hotline. if you really, really, really feel like you have nobody and no one's reaching out to you and no one's talking to you, there are professionals. Literally, they're trained to listen to you. If you feel like you're harming yourself or you're in a position where you're in a rut, I mean, I don't make too much money, but if money's your issue, I mean, I'll donate all day. I don't need the money that bad. You know what I mean? So I think that's super important, guys. You know, talk to somebody.
Another one, if you are in the gaming world, in the gaming community, and you're a veteran, even if you're not necessarily in the gaming community, but you want someone to talk to, StackUp .org is another great organization that's about helping veterans who are in need, whether it be mental health and stuff like that. It's basically veteran gaming for like to prevent suicide and stuff like that. They're great people. I'm working with them on a fundraiser. I gotta set up some fundraiser streams and stuff like that too for them. But it's just helping veterans kind of make the transition and just find more places to have outputs, basically. Have more people to talk to and all that kind of good stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff like that. There's a bunch of veterans organizations out there to help if you're a veteran that's in the mental health portion of it. But I mean, there's so much more. But it's not just, I know it's not just veterans, it's everybody. You know, first responders, fucking doctors, lawyers, everything. No matter what it is.
I was gonna say, look at us. We're in the realm of you and I are out of the military now.
Yeah, it's first responders.
Now we're in the realm of both of us have gone into the firefighter world.
Yeah.
And then you have Craig as a police officer.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't want this to be the same outro that we usually do. This one's definitely going to be more of an outreach of if you are still here and you are listening, or if you are a new listener and this is the one that you caught, sorry for being such
sorry for the downer.
For being such a fucking serious episode.
Yeah.
But you have three of us right here. You have Whiskey Night, which is Garrett. You have me, that is Timer, as Tyler. And you have Aurelius, which is Craig. And you can find us on socials. Anything you need to talk about.
Yeah, I'm Aurelius on Twitch. Aurelius Gaming on literally everything else. Reach out. I don't want to.
Please do.
I don't want to have the opportunity or platform where you could possibly help somebody and you don't. You know, I will never turn anyone down that needs a fucking hand. I mean, whether you're one of my closest, friends or you're a fucking complete stranger.
Yeah.
It's not the right thing.
If someone's going through a hard time and I fucking see it, I'm going to be there to help, and I want to be there to help. So
I'm not trying, none of us are trying to build this off of clout or anything like that.
No, I got no clout. I got nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just a fucking dude in New York.
I finally hit affiliate after fucking 2 years on Twitch. So
there's no clout. This is literally.
This is just
I won't
fucking
it out. I won't. If you're nervous about that, where we'll talk about it on the podcast, obviously it's
fuck no. It's all 100% confidential.
Yeah, I will not air you out.
Doctor-patient confidentiality without the doctor.
Yeah. So if you're a struggling cop, struggling vet, struggling fireman, struggling doctor, struggling anything,
struggling human being.
If you're struggling, you could not have a career and you could be fucking figuring that out.
And you don't have to be a fucking male. It doesn't matter. Yep, if you're on this podcast and you're fucking listening to us sit here and talk and you think you need help with anything, just someone to talk to. If you just need fucking someone to talk to, hit us up. We're here.
Yep. It's either like we said earlier, hit us up on the Casual AF podcast pages. One of us will
Casual AF.
One of us will answer
at Gmail.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, if there's multiple,
send the emails in.
Trust me, we'll delegate. If you reach Casual AF and you're a struggling cop, they'll send them my way. If you're a struggling vet, they'll send them Ty or Garrett's way. If you're struggling at anything and we got some free time, we will
divide and conquer.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll take the time to talk to you. No one should feel separated or alone in this world.
Not at all.
It's hard enough with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling alone is a spot you do not want to be at.
Nope.
And
you're never alone as long as you're listening to us.
Yeah, and I understand it's very possible that you could have 5, 6, 7 real good friends to feel alone even in that.
Yep.
Just understand that it's important that you reach
Amen
out
to that.
to understand that, like, listen, you might feel alone, but you are not. You are not.
Yep.
But
thank you, everybody.
we thank you so much. Like we said, reach out, Casual AF Podcast. We have all the socials there. One of us will answer. And if somehow we don't answer through there, you have me at Timer, TYYMERR, on everything. You will find me. And then you have Craig as Aurelius or Aurelius Gaming on all his socials. And then
Aurelius on Twitch, Aurelius Gaming on literally everything else: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Feel free to reach out. And you have Garrett down. Go ahead, because I don't know your.
It's Garrett at Whiskey Night, with spelling whiskey with a 5 and a 3, so it's WHI 5K3Y KNIGHT on everything else. I don't have a Facebook, but I have an Instagram and I have a Twitter. I'm pretty active on Twitter, so you can hit me there, and I'll check it. I do all the social media stuff too for the podcast, so
yeah, listen,
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you're there.
If you're feeling alone on YouTube, because I know a lot of the videos are on YouTube, I mean, drop a comment. We'll reach out.
Hit the comments.
I promise we'll reach out. You're not falling on deaf ears.
Send private messages. Yeah, we're literally watching it all the time. I watch it. I check it almost every day. So
we're gonna close it out there.
Yep.
Love you, boys.
Love you too. If you're still here and you've been hanging out,
everybody, love all the listeners too.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys so much, and fucking like, I just spilled out a portion of my life to you guys.
Cheers, fuckers.
Listen, if you don't agree with our politics, it's fine. We can still talk to you.
Like, we're willing to talk. Like and subscribe to the YouTube, Spotify, all that stuff, iTunes, leave a review, all that stuff. Spotify, all you gotta do is hit 5-star and then throw that fucking phone of yours. Like,
please, like, subscribe. Just
we would appreciate it.
Fucking rate it. Do anything. We're trying to spread the podcast, and that's how it's gonna spread. Is with all
that.
It's
with you guys.
It's with you. It's literally in your hands. We're doing all we can. We're trying to fucking do anything we can to do it. But please just hit the like, the subscribe. Every episode you listen to, if you like it, And
I promise you, we will still talk to you.
Just fucking lie to people.
We will. If you give us a 1-star review, I will still make sure you're okay.
Yep. We still got a review, and we're still there.
Yep. But we love you guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much for hanging out. We appreciate it. I know this was a little bit of a harder and more Debbie Downer portion of a podcast, or I should say more of a real. It got real fast.
Yeah.
We thank you so much. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.